Hi everyone, meteorologist Chad Evans here with a look at your daily weather forecast video, sponsored always by Trent Johnson State Farm. TrentIsMyAgent.com. Big thanks to Trent, big shout out to Trent, big shout out to all of our other sponsors as well, and to you as we have another snowfall event under our belts early this year. This is the third snowiest November that we just experienced on record. Those records going back to 1864 in Greater Lafayette. And we have a little more snow on the way after a little more snow even last night. We've got an Arctic front that is ahead. A little bit of very light accumulation is ahead. This is not going to be a big deal coming up, but this little front will push a little band of some snow showers through the area and bring a lot of wind to the area along about Wednesday night, late Wednesday evening, Wednesday night especially. We get the Arctic air on Thursday. Temperatures, at least overnight lows, dropping below zero in a good chunk of the area on Thursday night. And then we've got one or two clipper systems that may bring a little snow getting into the weekend. The pattern does relax, though, generally near the 10th and after. I think the mid part of December, there'll be a little period there where it actually thaws and it rains some and it warms up. We'll probably have one more round of cold weather before Christmas. And then we warm up for Christmas. No white Christmas this year, the way it's still looking now, with some rainfall and mild weather. But it does look to turn sharply colder towards New Year's, and the snow risk will be going right back up again as we begin 2026. Snowfall totals from our event last night and yesterday evening. The lowest amount was 1.3 inches at Rockville and 1.5 inches from Peggy Bryant there, Co-op Observer west of Chalmers. Highest amount at Tipton, 4.3 inches, but a lot of the area had anywhere from 2.5 to about 3.5 inches of snow. That was most common. Generally about 2 to 3 inches in Greater Lafayette, more than 2.5 at Pine Village, 3 Fowler, Logansport, 3.5 Peru, up here towards Chili in Mexico and Rochester. Jim had 3 inches at Kentland, Marianne had 3 at Remington, and we had 3 here near New Richmond, and 2.2 from our dedicated CoCoRaHS observer there at Mulberry in Clinton County. And then these are the CoCoRaHS network observations. Of course, we are up here. There's that 2.2, 3.4 up in Clinton County. You see where the heavier snow occurred with this system. Look at this, 6 inches near Richmond, Indiana, north of Troy, Ohio, 6.4, 7 inches west of Marysville, Ohio. This would be Columbus, Ohio here. So this was the band of 5 to 8s, even near Shelbyville, Indiana, 5 to 6, Greenwood, Indiana, 5 to 6 inches of snow, and the same thing at Rushville. So again, we expected a band of 3 to 6, even more than that occur southeast of us, and the big question was where that heavier band set up, and certainly it did set up just southeast of our forecast area. This is snow on the ground here, but these are clouds, low clouds still kind of locked in. Maybe a few little grainy flurries out there. Still some road issues. This is Ambia, Highway 26 in Benton County, and near Clarks Hill, this is Highway 28. As you turn and head towards Fickle and Frankfort and I-65. Temperatures only running in the teens to low 20s area-wide. We've had a little very minor blowing and drifting, but it's not been a big deal today. Wind chills generally running single digits and low teens. Here is your Arctic front that comes in tomorrow night. This is the one that brings this little band of snow showers through between 3 p.m. and 3 a.m. Again, most of this during the evening and into the night. It's going to get windy, even though it warms up some tomorrow, thaws a little bit. It turns much colder tomorrow night, and as we get a little bit of snow, a little film of snow of 1 inch or less of accumulation, it will make it a little icy in places, and whatever snow we have out there is going to blow around, whatever's on the ground, because that wind really cranks up ahead of and just behind that Arctic front. The Arctic front moves on, strong surface ice, so cold for a few days. Couple little clipper systems you see right there may bring some snowfall during the weekend, but watch this. towards the mid part of December, here we go. South winds, look at that. Rain, not snow, as we warm up some. These bowling balls of cold air will keep coming, but look at this. Here's the orange, the reds, and the pinks. Warmer air will come in after the 10th, lasting for a few days with some rainfall, but I want you to notice what's just behind that warmer air at the mid part of the month. Watch here. Here's your warmer air coming in for a bit. Look up here. You're going to see blues and purples start to re-intensify right there. That shot of cold air should come in around the 18th, 19th, 20th of December. Another shot of Arctic air, perhaps a little snow too. But then that exits, and this is what's expected towards Christmas. We warm up, the cold retreats here and over here. A thaw, snow melting, some rainfall and fog around before we turn much colder. Again, that's after Christmas. So areas of freezing fog will be an issue tonight. That's one thing I meant to mention in my headlines first, and I forgot to do that. But it's important to remember that anytime you get some areas of freezing fog, they can slicken up roadways. They put some black ice down. So be aware of that after midnight. Areas of freezing fog with some reduced visibility and areas of black ice developing as very moist, warmer air begins to override this bitterly cold air mass, and temperatures will start to rise. A low of 14, then rising to 20 tonight. Lows 12 to 19. Then starting to rise. Icy in the areas of freezing fog tomorrow morning. Then nothing more than a couple little cracks of sun before it's completely overcast once again. It gets windy, and we've got some of those snow showers coming in late in the day, scattered about ahead of the Arctic front. But at least we've got a high of 31 to 35. A little bit of thawing, but that wind cranks up from the southwest with gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour. Here comes the Arctic front tomorrow night. There will be a period of winds in the middle of the night that gust 36 to 45 miles an hour. So a lot of blowing snow as that front comes through. Again, just ahead of it and just behind it, and still gusts 30 to 40 at 7 a.m. on early in the morning Wednesday. And you will notice the snow showers here, then tapering to just a few flurries. But with lows like this at 6 to 15 and that kind of wind, your wind chills could be as low as 15 below zero to 4 below zero early on Thursday morning. And there's Thursday itself, wind chills through the day below zero to just a little bit above. At least the winds diminish later on in the day. We'll get some sun coming out, just a few little snow flurries, but cold, a high of only 14 degrees. That is nearly 30 degrees below normal. Highs 12 to 18 should do it. Forecast area wide. So after that 14, we got a 2 below zero on Friday morning, 25 and breezy in the afternoon. Again, a couple clippers with some minor accumulating snowfall possible late Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the 20s. We start to warm up again after a cold Monday morning. That may have some freezing fog with it at 9. 31 next Tuesday. Next Wednesday, we're up into the 30s, and then finally into the 40s, and some rainfall coming in at the end of next week.